What's going on? My name's Roman and welcome to Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. On today's episode, we're taking a look at another Mezco 112 collective figure. This time, it's Shazam. So let's take a look at this packaging before we get looking at the figure. So this is that old school style Mezco packaging that I like so much, where the slipcover comes off left to right instead of up to down. So let's just take one more quick look at what's on the back. Some promo images of Shazam. We are featuring the 3 head sculpts, the couple of accessories that it comes with, and then the lightning effect that it also comes with. So very cool. Shazam on the side. Let's go ahead and slip off the slip cover. Boom, exact same thing, boxception. So very cool. Let's go ahead and pull open the magnetic flap like these older ones do have. Magnetic flap right here, and voila, there is some incredible artwork of Billy Batson saying the magic word and turning into the hero Shazam, Captain Marvel. So very, very cool. Like that a lot. I have my little plastic in here still protecting the picture. I'll just take that out. It's not important. All right. So yeah, that's the box. It is actually a very nice box. I love the art on this. And this is one that I actually display on my Shazam shelf. That's right, I have a Shazam shelf and I do display it like this, so it looks really nice. Again, if you don't like your boxes, take them somewhere else. Take them to eBay or take them to the Mezco group, because I guarantee that there's people out there that do want your box. Now, this is something that I am not taking to eBay. This is my Shazam figure, my Mezco 112 collective Shazam figure. You can see he's posed up with the Shazam screaming face with the lightning bolt coming onto his chest. This is fantastic. This is the pose that I absolutely keep putting Shazam in. I can't get away from it. There is a wire in the cape. I just absolutely love this pose. I think it's so appropriate for Shazam. And this stand, fantastic. So if we could just look at the stand for a second, like we always do it right about this time. It's just the Shazam logo. It's off center to the left. I wish it was either on the top or on the bottom, but it would have gotten in the way of the lightning bolt, so I do understand why they put it there. Again, wire cape allows it to go around the acrylic arm very nicely. Fantastic figure. So let's go ahead and pop this off real quick. I want to look at some articulation while we have him in front of us. Let's go ahead and bring this down a little bit. So very nice. We're going to go ahead and take the cape off. Cape has some extremely beautiful details in it. Very nice. I always make sure I wash my hands before touching the cape. And again, the lightning very easily just slips on around his neck like that and rests on him. It doesn't really clip. It just settles on him very nicely. Doesn't... I mean, you have to really work it pretty hard to get that to happen. So looking at the figure itself, beautiful job on the sculpt work on that screaming face. Looking at the rest of the costume, there is some beautiful sculpt work on the boots as well. Decent articulation, not the best. There is some rotation at the boot. This one is actually really stubborn for some reason. I'm not going to force it. So we got a double jointed knee on this side, bicep swivel, upper thigh swivel, as well as rotation in the hip. Really nice. This one kind of reminds me of Amigo, just because of how the suit fits on him. But this is an absolutely beautiful representation of Shazam. Gets some movement to the left, movement to the right, movement to the right, movement to the left. Actually pretty good, darn good movement, if I may say so myself. Probably some of the best waist action that we've seen. Crunches about that far down, goes about that far up. So we have some decent range. Rotation in the wrists, up and down, double jointed elbows, bicep swivel, and then around at the shoulder. Able to do all kinds of great poses, because this is Thriller, stuff like that. So really, really nice. Really, really enjoy this figure. Again, Captain Marvel, Shazam, one of my favorite characters ever, one of my favorite obscure characters. I do have an extensive Captain Marvel collection, and this is definitely the centerpiece. So beautiful figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the accessories that come with Captain Marvel, also known as Shazam. I could do an entire video explaining why it's Captain Marvel, also known as Shazam, but that's for another time. Alright, so here we have the clear peg for the stand, in case you want to use that. I always recommend using the clear acrylic arm. We have the alternate face sculpts here. If I can just get this focused on them real quick. Yeah, so here we have the neutral face and the smiling face to go along with the screaming face. So Very nice. 3 different head sculpts. I think that should be the standard for Mezco. 3 head sculpts. That is enough for me. Neutral, grinning, and angry. That should be for every single Mezco figure. I do like the way he looks with the grinning face on, though. That's very Shazam to me. Very Captain Marvel, very Billy Batson. Again, this is one of my favorite figures, hands down, bar none. One of my favorite figures, one of my favorite characters. There's such a good representation of Shazam. I think that they absolutely knocked it out of the park on this. So they couldn't have done a better job on this. So those were the 2 alternate head sculpts that he comes with. 3 heads total. There is multiple sets of hands that he comes with. As you can see on him right now, we have open grabby hands. We also have these, I call them karate chop or fast hands, like running hands. And then we also get a pair of fist hands. So 3 pairs of hands, not my favorite, but we do get 3 heads. That is my favorite. And we also get the lightning effect, as well as the cape. I'm counting the cape as an accessory, as well as Mr. Mime and Adam. I believe that's Adam. But yeah, we have 2 villains. So Mr. Mime was able to take control of people's bodies via mind control. And he's really teeny tiny, but he's actually in scale with Shazam. And then we have the head of a robot, which I think was Adam. I'll have to double check on that. But yeah, that's the head of another villain, which the fist actually perfectly fits in with the grooves, so you can make it really match up like he just punched his head off. Really cool that it comes with all of these. So I think Shazam has some of the best accessories of any Mezco to date, and I'm willing to argue that against any Punisher out there. These are some of the best accessories to date. How can you beat this? There's so much here to offer. With so many poses and so much personality to be had, the only complaint that I have are these wrist pegs. I hate these old wrist pegs. The new wrist pegs are very easy. These are old and knobby, so I think that at a certain point I'm going to have to buy a second Captain Marvel Shazam just to keep in the box, just for a rainy day, because I really do feel like this one is going to break down on me one day. But here we have him ready to race against the Flash, because he does have the speed of Mercury. Love this figure. I think this is the best representation of Shazam that we have as far as an action figure. I think this is the best representation we'll have of Shazam ever, to be totally honest. An incredible figure. So many different poses to put him in. I can't help but put him in the lightning strike pose. I know that that's like not what he does all the time, but I just feel like him transforming is just so worth seeing. So that's why I always put him in that pose. I'm going to put him back on the stand. We'll take another look at him, and then I gotta go. The accessories, incredible. The figure itself, off the chain. The stand, awesome. The box, awesome. I'd have to give this figure a perfect grade. I wish he came with more hands. I wish he came with a hand that could support him holding something, but you know what? It's not that big of a deal, because in the end of the day, this is a fantastic figure, and I don't mind having it the way that it is, because, well, it's dang near perfect. Thank you for everybody who watched, and as always, peace, love, keep on collecting, and I will see you guys next time.